Everybody, yeah, rock your body, yeah. Everybody, rock your body right. South Jersey's back, all right.
Hey, yeah, oh my God, the boys are back again.
It was so awesome.
Brothers, sisters, everybody sing.
Why
Is that
did
the lyric? I never knew that was the lyric.
Put on a South Park voice to get
It
into
did
that.
sound like Cartman if he...
Everybody's back again.
Everybody's back again, motherfuckers.
fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck, Kenny?
Yeah.
We're back with a little bit of different energy coming. Backstreet's back, all right.
Yeah, Backstreet's back. Alrighty then.
All right.
Oh, well, alrighty then. We're back.
We're back. We thought we'd just mix it up on you guys. Hit you with
Yeah,
it.
especially since our last guest told us to stop the singing in the beginning of the episode.
Yeah,
so
that piece of shit, whatever his name was.
Yeah, he clearly does not have a program on the Spotify app, which is where we are, built for music. Now they're trying to make a podcast move. So we're like, let's incorporate some music. We'll probably get flagged and they'll probably tell us to get off their platform. But
We've also been getting callers in. We'll get into this later, but we've been having callers call in and doing the South Jersey Bad Boys theme song
they have been.
and putting in their own jingles and singing into the program.
Yeah.
So, hey, guy, get fucked.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a lot of
Those
those.
talking shit. That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Especially since we took the time and the legal resources to copyright the jingle.
A lot of legal resources.
We used the same lawyer that O'Reilly Auto Parts used.
O'Reilly's
Semen in my mouth.
semen.
It's the same guys. It's the same guys.
Same old guys.
Same
that's
guys.
been in Dan's mouth this whole time.
Yeah, it's a little, whose line is it anyway? No, it's who's in my mouth today.
Whose penis is it anyways?
But we're really hitting every single, we can play South Jersey Bad Boys bingo. We should get bingo
Dude.
cards made.
Yeah, oh my God.
What would the free space on the South Jersey Bad Boys bingo card be?
Go to jail for free?
Yeah. I mean, we've purposely been trying to go to prison for years.
Yeah.
And it just
we don't get
hasn't.
out of jail for free.
No, we don't.
go to jail for free.
We do. And by jail, we mean our own homes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, here we are. Dude, it's getting really depressing now that it gets dark at 7:15 p.m.
I actually like it.
You do?
Yeah, I'm done with this heat, dude. I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for it to get a little bit crisp out. Throw a hoodie on, sit out back, fucking light a fucking blunt with my ass, dude. I'm ready for it. Dude.
Yes. We'll put on our Ugg moccasins and hold each
Oh,
other.
dude.
I
just
can't
throw
wait.
my feet back and let me catch a breeze.
Get some flannel hoodies on and get my pumpkin spice and
Pumpkin
Uggs.
spice, you little fucking bitches.
Yeah, that is the ultimate basic stuff, and I hate when people talk about like Wawa nowadays. It gets earlier and earlier every single year.
Yeah.
with everything now because they realize that like people are itching for it. Wawa put pumpkin spice stuff back in their stores in mid-August, I think.
I also I don't like the pumpkin spice taste in general. It's
don't.
not that it's overdone.
Yeah.
It's that I'm like, this doesn't taste good to me.
It doesn't to me either. I don't get it. Pumpkin? Do you like pumpkin pie or pumpkin flavored things?
Yeah, I'll get into a pumpkin pie, but that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, dude. And pumpkin seeds? Oh, I was a big knack for eating the seed back in the day.
Oh, I bet you were, dude.
Dude.
It says a lot about what happened to you in the future.
Yeah.
Sucking down seeds.
Sucking seed down.
That's how this guy does it.
Yeah,
on this program.
That's how, you're a product of your own environment. And when you grow up just hosing down seed left and right, whether it was sunflower seeds in the baseball dugout, pumpkin seeds when carving pumpkins, dudes behind Turkey Hill at 2 a.m.
Oh, dude.
Dude, it doesn't matter what
Forget
it is.
Sterling High School.
Yeah, behind.
We're like boners galore. God, we're amazing.
Holy shit. I don't know why we don't charge you people to listen to
dude,
this.
Once the Patreon starts, you guys are in for a fucking treat. Should we start a Patreon for some bonus boner content?
Oh my God. We would just go, let us loose on the streets of South Jersey. We'll hit a new town each week and just harass the townspeople.
Yeah.
Where I want to go, especially around this time of year, is to Hamilton. There's a lot of freak-a-leaks down there. You remember that Petey Pablo song? Holy shit.
Yeah, you think he was referring to Hamilton, New Jersey?
I think Petey Pablo had a little insight to Hamilton, New Jersey.
I don't think Petey's ever been to Hamilton, dude.
I think he's got some family members down there in the Blueberry Bogs.
Maybe.
He very
I was
well
thinking
could.
more of like Miami. He was probably
Yeah,
down.
but once Pitbull took over, he needed an
Yeah.
escape, is the thing. Some people escape to the Keys. Some people try and go out to like a retirement home in Arizona. Petey Pablo was looking at Hamilton.
Yeah, you're a big Petey Pablo fan. I'll tell you what, dude. People love Pitbull. People love Pitbull.
Yeah, and my mom went to a Pitbull concert in Jersey
It's
City.
a lot of moms.
Yeah.
I have my one aunt. She loves Pitbull.
It's a I don't know what it is. It's a something. It just really, especially the Fireball song, it really grasps.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, they just love hearing that. Mr. 305. We've often referred to ourselves as Mr. 609s, but
I mean, I guess as I'm thinking about it, I kind of get it. I mean, certain songs, you know, they'll get you going. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's like,
yeah, they get me going. Yeah, did I?
you know,
I got-
unless I'm at a club of sorts, which you'll
Yeah.
never find me at.
Yeah.
I'm really never gonna flip on some Pitbull.
You know what it is, and I can have specific references to it, is the middle-aged white women at weddings. When a Pitbull song comes on,
That's exactly where I'm getting the request from.
and as soon as you hear the Fireball, all
Yeah.
the women just come running out onto
Yeah.
the dance floor. And then they just go fucking wild.
Yeah, they just kind of like do like the 1-2 step with
Yeah.
the hand,
Yeah.
like they're mumming.
Yeah.
None of you can dance.
The mom's mumming. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, did I fart or did you?
I didn't.
Was it the dog?
Oh, very well could have been the dog.
It might
Did
have been
she-
me. Honestly, I don't even know.
You don't even know anymore.
Yeah. No, that wasn't me. I don't
Oh,
think.
does that smell like a dog fart? Holy shit.
Am
Dog farts are above and beyond worse than anything. I mean, they're worse than cat queefs. It's really up there.
They are. Now, do you hear the farts?
Oh, yeah, she rips them. I
Because
mean,
Graham, like, that is funny. When you hear a dog fart,
Yeah.
Graham has farted before
Yeah.
and looked over at me and went, I'm like, dude,
he's like, you nasty motherfucker.
there's nothing funnier than seeing his cute little eyeballs go like,
Do you guys, have you ever seen Graham, like, surprise himself or startle himself when he farts?
I don't think he's ever startled himself because he doesn't get startled too easily. But
Yeah.
God, that would be funny.
These two do it all the fucking time. They, like, shock themselves. Like, it happens and they jump and they're like, what
Whoa.
the fuck was that?
It's a perfect decoy.
Yeah, they pull out their
They're like,
gun and
"Whoa,
they're
what?"
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, wasn't me. I don't know. You guys hear that noise?
Yeah, I don't
Must
know.
have been coming from outside. I'll check it out.
Yeah, the smells emitting from my anus definitely don't smell any different than yours.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have been me, honestly. I had no idea what's slipping out of my ass these days.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know. I haven't been able to smell anything in years. I got a deviated septum. Got a bunch of nasty nasal
Oh,
problems.
how'd you get that septum deviated?
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't even tell you what that means. I just know I got it. The
Yeah.
ENT down the road. Of
Usually that's code word for Italian broads who want to get a nose job.
yeah, that's a good way.
Oh, I have a deviated septum. And, bitch, you got a honker and you're trying to get it taken care of. It's okay.
Those real house
And-
whores of
and-
Orange County, huh?
And that's no disrespect to the Italian community because I love an Italian broad with a big old nose.
Yeah.
I genuinely, I mean, I'm not even joking around. I think it's very, very attractive.
Hell yeah, yeah. Especially ones you can see like the little like ends of stray ends of nasal hair up there.
Not that.
Oh,
Definitely
dude.
not that.
That's
You better
really-
wax that shit.
Better wax it. Yeah, dude.
Spend some smackaroos, as old Callahan would say.
Yep. Yeah, I gotten some heat on that one. Feel like I didn't spend $150 on getting my upper lip waxed.
Yeah, well, you do talk a lot of shit on your wife on this podcast.
Oh yeah, and then I post about it on social media, and then she's like, "What the fuck?" And then she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, all right."
I never do. I mean, I love my wife, and my wife,
Yeah, my wife.
and I only speak nice things about her on this podcast in
Some
case
pe-
she listens.
Some people choose to do that when she has.
You're like, that's an approach.
That's an approach. I wouldn't say it's the most successful. I mean, I kind of go about it my way. It's kind of like people, have their
I
ways.
didn't. You didn't know where I was going with that?
No, I was about to say murder my wife.
My way, Frank Sinatra.
Oh,
Italians
I didn't pick up.
in-
The Italians all
Jesus.
go my way. Oh, speaking of Frank Sinatra,
I'm just realizing. Hang on. Do you not know the song?
no, I know the My Way song.
Give me the chorus.
I did it my way.
All right, you had me nervous there. You do got it, but
Yeah,
it's
let me
a
think
little
about
pitchy,
it.
but
It's one of those songs you have to like get started to like.
no, not at all. It's one of those songs I would argue that you could jump right into because it's the easiest song to remember. I did it My way. Boom. Just did it.
But like one of
Don't have to get warmed up.
all the like there's all the songs that are out there, and there's some that will like start playing, and I couldn't tell you off the top of my head the lyrics, but once it starts going, I could definitely be a backup singer. I could definitely fill in some gaps.
I think you think that because the music is playing really loud. If somebody shut it off mid-tune, you would sound like a goddamn asshole.
Yeah, that's where it all comes.
And we all know that.
Yeah, I definitely do need the karaoke screen up to just run through it.
Let me ask you this. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Tequila.
Ooh.
That's a great one.
Tequila.
That's all you need. And it just does that for minutes on end.
Tequila. All right, well, if you had to pick something with lyrics, though, they go, Dan, what would you pick?
Country Roads by Johnny Denver.
Oh, all right.
Now that's a classic. That is a classic.
Can we play? Well, I guess we can't because we'll get pulled off the tube.
We'll get pulled off. You would have to like distort the audio a bit, but
that's not worth it.
No. But even just singing it, like the things now. But yeah, just take me home, country roads.
I'll harmonize. Go ahead.
Take me home,
from the top.
country roads, to the place I belong, South Jersey. Mountain Mama, that doesn't. Take me home, Collingswood.
Man, that was bad.
Yeah, so I mean, just a little work on that. If I could get singing lessons, we could definitely make something out of it.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny if we got you singing lessons, you got real good, and then
that could be a Patreon tier right there.
There you go.
We'll get Dan singing lessons,
Dan
and
gets 6 months of singing lessons. You got to come back and do your absolute best. That would be all. I would genuinely be interested in that.
But the kicker to it is that we have to book the cheapest, like vocal. What would you call somebody? Vocal coach. Yeah, we have to book the cheapest one, so that like we're undoubtedly getting one of the most like cheapest singing lessons possible.
I would do that. We should do it. You and I, we do go 6 months, then we have a sing off at the end of it.
Yeah.
But genuine, like where it's like we're actually gonna really try to get as good as we possibly can at singing.
Yeah, and we would do it.
And we sing the same song.
And we would do it like, what's the show where they have the judges facing the other way and they have to hit the button and spins them around?
Oh,
The X Factor, is that it?
no, it's not the X Factor. It is.
It's on America's Got Talent. It's not
Triple. Is Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani and The
Voice.
The Voice.
Man, we couldn't think of The Voice.
Yeah. Not that anybody would have to be turned around, but they all just sit there and they have to like buzz in as like a yes.
Yeah.
You're going to Hollywood.
That's true, because if they see your hot body up there, they're going to be a little bit biased. So it's like, hey, turn around, give me a fair shake.
Yeah.
With just my vocals alone. Yeah. I think that's really where I'd shine.
Exactly. For me, if anybody's not looking at me, that's where I shine. That's honestly where I would shine. So if we could set that up, we get some judges. Now, who would be your all-time if it was a South Jersey-based competition and you got to choose 3 of the most notable South Jersey Jerseyans ever? I mean, who would you choose to be on that panel?
God, who's even noteworthy in South Jersey, dude? You got fucking Joe Flacco.
You'd have Joe Flacco. Actually, that's not a bad pick.
I mean, who else is famous from South Jersey?
Kelly Ripa actually grew up in Stratford.
Really?
Yeah.
Ripa?
Old Ripa, which, coincidentally.
Kelly Ripa.
I'm going to come back to Kelly Ripa. She's still ripe. She's in her 60s, and I mean, I would still bite into that like a peach. Yeah. Holy shit, is she still ripe for the picking?
Kelly is still ripping, dude.
Yeah, she's still ripping and ripping all over. I would still,
Yeah, I'd Regis all over her filming.
Yeah, I'd filming her up. Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh,
she's another
man.
South Jersey.
I'd fill that, man. All right, we're done.
She is a South Jersey goddess. I'm trying to think.
I would say Kelly Ripa for sure has got to be in there.
Now,
didn't realize she was from the old South Jersey.
Yeah, a lot of the people you wouldn't like. It doesn't even have to be from New Jersey. Just icons in New Jersey. Like,
I'm trying to think. I mean, like Bruce Springsteen.
I mean, obviously he's like, up there is from New Jersey.
I'm thinking like true South Jersey though, where it's like, who's a guy?
You know who it would be? You ever watch Boardwalk Empire?
Yeah.
Nucky Thompson, Atlantic City's corrupt treasurer.
I don't know why I said yeah. I've never watched Boardwalk Empire. I know what you're talking about.
Steve Buscemi's character.
I know Steve Buscemi's in it.
Yeah, Enoch Thompson, a very corrupt politician from back in the day when swing and big band music was in.
Huh.
Do you know how different? I would just love to be with somebody from a different era, and they would hear us singing Country Roads, and he'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Damn. So we got Kelly Ripa. that dude, Joe Flacco, and I would say Joe Matarese would be number 4.
Joe Matarese.
Joe
It definitely
Matarese.
would be. He'd be up there. He is the icon of Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Cherry Hill, he could play guitar.
Yeah, he could play guitar. He'd actually give a very good breakdown of somebody singing as somebody from South Jersey.
Yeah. We got to get him on the pod.
We do have to have him that next time he's down in this area. Let's get him.
I feel like check his Instagram. I mean, not now, but like I'm sure he'll be back here soon. I feel like he's always doing gigs in the area.
Oh yeah, he definitely would be.
I think I have a gig with him in a couple weeks.
Oh really?
Actually, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Well, if he's back in the area, we'll have him on here. That could turn into a doozy.
That's where we came up with the name South Jersey Bad Boys. We did the show together.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
us 3, and we started saying like, "Oh, we're the South Jersey Bad Boys" because Joe is from Cherry Hill.
That's right. That is the origin story of the name.
Yeah.
That's where it came from. Yeah. And then,
By the way, we should really double down on those shirts. Get some. I'll wear a South Jersey Bad Boy shirt. Comment in if you would as well.
yeah. I'll make that a notable thing in here. I'll put it right up here with some of our contact info. Please let us know if you would, because I think we can get this not only just for the podcast listeners, but out to just general bad boys in South Jersey that have no idea who the fuck we are.
Yeah.
We're going to start getting it out there. Do you think Tara would print something up for us like that?
So she doesn't have a printer. She does it all like manually, but she would do something for you and I.
Yeah.
But in terms of mass production,
Yeah.
to sell, we might have to figure something out.
We would have like one of the...
Tara for sure
Yeah.
could make something for us.
Damn, we could get like a gold-plated bowling shirt, just like
Yes, that's what I want.
limited edition.
I want 2 bowling shirts.
Yeah.
Our names on the front, Dan, Brendan,
Yeah.
you know him.
Yeah.
South Jersey Bad Boys on the back.
Yeah.
2 bowling shirts.
The
Button
logo
them
on
up.
there. Yeah.
They're fucking loose. They feel... Tara's got good quality.
And they button up in the middle, right?
Button up in the middle, of course.
So we can unbutton them if we wanted to. I
Yeah,
mean,
we could wear them every podcast.
and the options are
Or uniform.
endless. Yeah. I would put a white t-shirt under there and open it up.
Oh, yeah,
Nice
or
little
do
that
a
style.
little wife beater.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
With-
white
with
beater,
a
the
couple
chain.
chains, yeah.
Couple of chains. I would get a chain of the Italian
start a
flag or
bowling
Italy.
league.
Yeah, we could start a bowling league purely off of that.
Yeah.
And that's how we market ourselves. I think that's where we're missing it. We should start a South Jersey Bad Boy bowling team, and then we just play the podcast over the Laurel Lane's intercom while
Dude,
we're bowling.
I think we got a lot of potential there. I
We do,
think
we gotta-
that we just have such a solid name, South Jersey Bad Boys. Here's my new thing that I've been doing.
Yeah.
If I think a guy is cool, whatever, they're a bad boy.
They're our bad boy.
I got to work with Matthew Broussard.
Yeah.
He's the handsome bad boy.
Yeah, he's
know
a
what I mean?
handsome bad boy.
If
yeah.
they're a bad boy, they're
certified bad boy, yeah.
certified bad boy.
They should almost be branded like a
Yeah,
a cattle thing, like you just
certified.
Yeah, we should do that to
Yes.
ourselves. Let's get a branding iron.
If we have a guest on, then like we'll rate them and go certified bad boy.
Yeah.
We're not. Maybe
Yeah,
we
I've been
don't have the
I've been
best
calling that in
experience.
the episode descriptions. Once they come on, they become certified. Like, you know, you can say that you're a platinum recording artist, but if someone doesn't certify it, it doesn't mean anything.
That should be part of our Patreon too. Is like you could have the lower tier. Then if you want to be a certified bad boy, that's like the next tier.
Yeah, you can be a certified one, and then if somebody subscribes to one that is like a $50,000 tier, we'll actually brand ourselves with a hot iron on
I
camera.
will brand certified bad boy on my ass.
How much would it take?
50,000.
50,000? Would you go down
maybe.
to 10?
Yes.
Well, we would have to split it in half, so 5.
Good negotiator, Brendan. You're like 50,000. How about 10? I'm like deal.
Yeah, deal.
Yeah.
Would you do 2.5? Yeah.
$10,000. Yeah, I would brand my ass.
Oh yeah.
I already got a tattoo on there, and it's hilarious. It's a clover. It says "Kiss Me, I'm Irish."
Oh really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Nobody sees it. Nobody.
Damn.
Doesn't matter. You can tattoo anything you want on your ass. You could say Dan Callahan's property. Nobody's gonna know.
Yeah. Nobody.
Except for Dan on the weekends.
Yeah. Except for all those men who might see it on the weekends. Does your mother know you have that? What would she say?
She does know that I have it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I flashed. I got it on senior trip in high school, and I flashed my teacher my ass, and he told my aunt and a beef and beer, and
So
she
wait.
told my parents.
This is you flashed your teacher your ass on a senior. What was it?
It was senior trip. We got to go to Disney World.
Oh yeah.
And I got a tattoo on my ass
During the senior
during
trip,
the senior trip.
and you went to Disney.
it went to Disney.
And you got a tattoo in Disney?
Got a tattoo in Disney. Not in Disney, but
while you were there?
In Florida, yeah.
Damn, what they did on our senior trip, they fucked with us so bad. They just hired us the fuck out where we were up at 7 a.m., had to be to the parks on the shuttles. We couldn't leave the parks that we were at. You had to go to one park each day. We were there for the entire week. By the time we were 4 days in, we were so burnt the fuck out. We're like, please don't make us do anything else.
Yeah.
Did you guys just have like an open day, just do whatever, just go to Disney?
I think maybe we had pretty similar thing where it was like all the parks. We did the water park the one day, and then the one day we had a beach day.
Yeah.
And then we had a little bit of wiggle room, and we left, me and my buddy, to go to the tattoo parlor down the street. He got tattoo that said your name, the words your name, on his ass. I got the Clover that said kiss me, I'm Irish, because I'm fucking hilarious. And turns out very permanent, these tattoos these days. And yeah, so I flashed my teacher. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Thought it'd be funny. And then he was drunk at a beef and beer and told my aunt, thinking it was my mom, and
Holy shit.
My aunt told my mom.
That's fantastic.
It was good times.
I would love to be the tattoo artist that got to tattoo the asses of two juveniles on their senior trip right outside of Disney World.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys, normally I just do Mickey Mouse ears and Daffy Duck and stuff, but like, this is different. Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, dude, no thanks, brother.
Yeah.
I'm here for the real experience.
Dude, I think I'm done with Disney. Like, I wouldn't be upset if I never went back to Disney World. I've gone 2 times. I think that's enough.
I'm trying to think. So I did senior trip.
Yeah.
I went with my parents and my family in the 5th grade. That was probably the best time, obviously.
Yeah, I went in 6th grade with my family and then senior trip in high school.
Yeah. And then actually we went to Universal, me, Sam, and my family for a day. And I didn't love it because it's not that I didn't love it. It was cool. It's like there's stuff to do.
Yeah.
But I'm not a rides guy.
Oh, really?
I can't do them because I get sick now. I used to be like... So here's one thing that happened when we went most recently, which was a couple years ago. We went to Universal in California, which is what, Disneyland?
Yeah, that's Disneyland, yeah.
So when we went in high school on your senior trip, Harry Potter World had just came out. Mm-hmm. And I remember it specifically, like they had just opened it up. We went on the roller coaster. It's fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
Harry Potter World. So when we went back, I was like, oh, I've been on this. Like, I know I'm not good with rides anymore. It just kind of throws off my equilibrium. I get sick. It ruins my day. Fuck. But I was like, well, I've done this one before, so I'll be fine. Like,
yeah.
It's been proven. And I kept telling myself the whole day, I'm like, dude, if there's even a chance you're going to get sick on a ride, don't risk it. You're going to fuck up your whole day. You're going to be white as a ghost. You're going to feel like shit. So it's the first ride that we go on. As soon as it starts going, I'm immediately like, oh my God, I'm going to fucking throw up.
Oh my God.
And we get off and I puke right in a trash can.
Damn.
And it fucked up my whole day.
Really?
Yeah.
It wasn't like one of those puke and rally situations?
I eventually like got over it, but it wasn't even a roller coaster. It was like one of those simulator rides. That's what fucking gets me.
Because
they don't
fake thing.
They don't have a true coaster anymore.
No.
They put you in front of a TV and they jumble you up.
Now that was cool when you got to do. You ever go on Mission Space in Epcot? Mm-hmm. That was cool when it was like the first of its kind. Like that was the first kind of those rides I went on, and I was like, this is fucking great. But afterwards, that fucked me up a little bit. I've never puked from something like that.
I never used to either. But now, if I did, because I went on Mission in Space back in the day, I had a great time, loved it. But I know if I did that now, I'd throw up.
Yeah, it's just not the real thing. Like you need to get the wind in your face. Yes. You need to be out. You need to
knock my hair back. You know, to fucking rock my world.
Fucking fuck up my L5 on a wooden roller coaster that hasn't been inspected in 20 years. Yeah. Whatever happened to that?
Good old fashioned coaster.
Good old fashioned family fun. None of this fucking.
I need an outdoor coaster. Don't put me on a simulator in front of a fucking television and just fucking, toss me upside down. That's not fun for me.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna fucking toss my cookies, dude.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same way of just looking at it in real life as an analogy. It's like getting a real life hooker versus OnlyFans. Like, it's the real thing that gives you the rush.
Yeah, I'm gonna Ralph.
Yeah. And especially when she pulls out a knife, my adrenaline goes through the roof.
The adrenaline's up. The adrenaline's bumping.
Yeah. There's only a few rides like that. I've never gotten sick from one, but like King Dakar, you wouldn't be able to do so hot on then, huh?
I bet you I'd have a better chance with something like King Dakar than a fucking tilt-a-whirl. If there's any spinny portion, I'm fucked. But King Dakar is probably like 10 seconds long.
Yeah,
so I might be able to actually handle that.
Yeah.
I would shit my pants. But
I just can't believe like theme parks are just. It's crazy to me how long people wait in line. King Ka was the longest line wait I have ever been in for any ride at any amusement park. It was close to 4 hours, and
I never did it.
We did it one time, and I was like, it's crazy how it like sometimes the momentum doesn't carry and the coaster doesn't even go over the hump at the top. It'll just shoot back down backwards.
That is terrifying.
Yeah, because it's all purely it just shoots you really fast, and then once it shoots you out, like it's just pure momentum from there. And, you know, all like physics and science, like, you know, stuff that nerds pay attention to.
Oh, my God. Forget about it.
Yeah, no. Like, just get a diesel powered thing, sending that thing over with a fucking coal roll going behind it. That's the type of amusement park I want.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't worth it. It was 10 or 15 seconds. It was cool, but it's like, I'm not going to do that again. I haven't been to Six Flags in a while, but I feel like I'm due for a Fright Fest. You ever go to Fright Fest?
Yeah, Fright Fest, I have never been to. It sounds like something that you would be into. It sounds like
especially now
something that you might be banned from.
Yeah, it does sound like something I could potentially get banned from, and especially now. Do you remember the old man that was dancing in the Six Flags commercials? They actually just have his skeleton around Fright Fest now. They just walk around with his dead corpse and skeleton. It's pretty fun.
Okay.
Yeah. So it really gets my blood pumping.
Yeah.
It's a sight to see, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I went one time to that. Last year we went to like the penitentiary to do their fright stuff. Rachel's not huge into Halloween.
I do want to go to the penitentiary. I heard that's cool.
That is cool. We did last year, and I think I was talking about it last year too after we did it, because it is a theater major's like time to shine. Because
that's the one thing that is really weird about those things is I don't like the fact that there's grown men that dressed up in these costumes that are jumping out trying to fucking scare you.
Yeah.
Because if all of a sudden you stop and you go, hey, like, and you look at them in the eye and you make it, you're like, hey, the jig is up.
The jig is up.
And you make them feel real awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, you just
That's good stuff.
You got to out psycho them. That's what a lot of like confrontations see with people in public. They're like, if you just out psycho the person that's freaking out on you, they'll immediately back down. So if you just play,
once you get old enough and you like tell yourself like, this is a guy who has a job, it gets real creepy and not in like a scary way, and like, oh my God, like this is actually pretty fucking corny.
They do stick really hard to the characters.
Like, I don't like that. Hey, break character.
I was like, just break character. I was like,
I'm gonna make you break character.
What they do there is that they have people walk around and they like pretend that they're an inmate at the penitentiary or that they're a prison guard there, and they have an entire backstory and all this stuff. I was like, just, you can do the scary part and just act like a freak of nature to people and scare them. That's perfectly fine. When you start going into, I've been working here for 37 years. The year is 19. I was like, all right, just cut all the... It's a lot like that Wild West South Park episode where they're in the little town, like the old 1862, and the people won't break character.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
I'd love to go to something like that. Another good Patreon idea. And just try to make the guys laugh. Just be like, I'm gonna make you fucking break character.
Yeah,
because it's creepy when they don't. It's like, look, dude, no one else is looking here. Acknowledge to me that this is your fucking job and that you're gonna go work at Chick-fil-A tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, just it's
that you signed up for this at a fair inside of like an auditorium somewhere, and you filled out a paper application to play security guard number 7.
Yeah,
and like just acknowledge it for
me.
Yeah. That's definitely what and you know what? In the penitentiary, I'll give it to them. They do monetize the shit out of it. Not only are you paying for your ticket in there, they have drinks in there. They have like food stands, and they incorporate it into the overall theme.
Yeah.
They actually have like a small little nightclub that's like styled like in the 1920s and 30s.
That's cool.
And you can sit there. It's like a cabaret, and you can sit there and watch people perform. They're like singing and like doing like in character stuff. But like there was somebody that was attempting doing like stand up, like old school stand up.
Oh, really?
It was kind of funny because he was in character and he was like talking like one of those like one of those types of people.
They did something similar. I saw this show in New York with Samantha. It's called Sleep No More. It was a play. A play thing on Macbeth, like a twist on it or something, but you go into this giant apartment building, and the whole thing is taken over by this production, like, you know, of the play, and they're all in character. They do not break the entire time, and what you do is you follow them around. It's not like necessarily a jump out and scare you thing. You follow them around, like, as the play is happening. you're integrated in it.
Really?
And they don't break character, and they act like you're not there, and you're kind of walking around like a ghost, right?
That's wild.
But they can interact with you.
Yeah.
You can't interact with them, so they can grab your hand and pull you in a closet and tell you some spooky story, or fucking
Jesus
shake
Christ.
your bird, or whatever the hell.
A little
they're doing.
7 minutes in heaven, huh?
Damn right.
Yeah.
So it is really creepy, and it's also very graphic. Like at one point, we're in there, me and Sam, and I'm walking around. Like you could split up because all different rooms are shit that's happening. So the cool thing is, you can come back to each other at the end of it and have a completely different experience. Like, oh, I saw this, and you go to different rooms and there's different things happening. Huh. So the one scene that I saw, there's like a dude and a chick that are in this room, and he's getting out of the bathtub and he's fully naked.
Yeah.
Dick is just out.
Really?
And he's a young man, probably my age, and he's walking around. There's fucking 50 people surrounded him because we're all just watching the play. His fucking soft dick is out, and I just want, like, if I could go back and just go and just like, buddy, you gotta laugh at that.
Yeah, yeah. Like if you're just a ghost coming around and you just get to go up to people and just fucking
smack it and look at him and go, hey,
yeah.
you are not Macbeth. You say it right now.
Just smack it right in the head and just hit him right in the bird. Yeah.
That would be worth getting kicked out over.
Yeah. Well, we could do something similar to that, just kind of go rogue with it a little bit. We can do a bunch of mushrooms and just hang around a Patco station and pretend that people don't see us.
Well, you're probably going to be doing that regardless, so you might as well film it.
That's how I spend my Saturdays.
Yeah.
But now football season's back, so I can't be doing that on Sunday.
Priorities.
Yeah. Are you in any of the fantasy leagues? Do you fantasize about men on a team that you oversee? Or
No, I'm done with fantasy leagues, dude. I did them for years. And every single year, I'm just one of those guys. I hate to say it, you guys are going to shit on me, but I would start out really strong. I get disinterested halfway through the season. I don't put in my lineups, and I lose money every year. So I'm like, dude, all I want to do is sit and watch the Eagles on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's all. That's it. So don't do the fantasy team. It's too much. I got too much going on.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, I would pay attention to this stuff, and that was my downfall. It's like, I would actually try and pay attention and look at who's doing what. I would watch games that I could give a fuck less about. Why am I watching the Bengals versus the Browns to see what their backup wide receivers doing?
I mean,
like,
look, I get it. Fantasy is fun, but it's just too much for me.
It is. And then I don't start somebody and they get, like, just the classic downfalls of it. And I just hated giving myself that type of anger and then having to, take it out on the stray cats. Like, it's just a fucking thing. So now I'm just doing just a pick'em league. You just straight up pick the winners. You can weight your picks and stuff. So that's at least nice.
I would get in on a pick'em league. Those are fun, like on a weekly basis.
Yeah, you just pick the winners, and then you actually have to weigh some of your picks. You have to pick a 5-point winner, a 4, 3, 2, and all the other ones are ones. So if your 5-pointer loses, somebody else could pick up 5 points. Like, that makes it interesting. So you can pick ones that you definitely know are going to win.
Yeah.
And then if they lose, then you really want to fucking go off on somebody. But
we used to do that in our office, and it was a lot of fun doing pick'em leagues. Because, like, if you win, all of a sudden, like, it was such a big pool of people, you could win like $500.
Good, nice chunk of change. Yeah. See, it's always fun doing that when you're doing well. It's great, but comes down to it like gambling. Like, you remember when DraftKings and FanDuel were separate companies? I think they're the same thing now. They might be.
Everyone's all over. I mean, everyone is a degenerate gambler these days.
Because it's just so accessible that they've ingrained it into our culture so much that it's just like, oh yeah, you want to do that? Go right ahead.
And they do things to make it easy too. I actually haven't downloaded. I'm like maybe one of the only people that does not have like FanDuel or something like that. I don't do it either. Because I know that it'll just be a slippery slope for me. Yeah. But they get you because they're like, oh, you sign up, we'll give you $100.
But the way that they get you with that, though, is you can't withdraw what they give you. It's only for play. So, like, you can use it to win money and everything, but you would have to get what they give you. You would have to win with it, and then their withdrawal limits, you would have to have at least a certain amount in winnings, like 150, which isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things, but, like, you'd have to put up nearly that much money in order to take out that. So,
but that's how they get you started, is my point. Is like, oh, like, here you go, this is fun, because you think like, oh, it's free money.
Yeah, but they know that most likely you're gonna fucking lose it.
Yeah, and then you're like, well, I'll fucking bet again.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't have it any
the goddamn casino on your phone.
Yeah, it's on your phone, just right in your pocket. It's just, every single casino has their own app. If you have a casino app on your phone, I really hope that you get the help that you need, because that's a fucking problem. Betting on sports is one thing. Staying up until 3 a.m. to bet on Korean table tennis, that's another thing.
I mean, like, hey, do what you want. I think it's cool. Like, some people fucking crush it, and it's like, it's fun, man.
Yeah, I can see it being fun.
Because I just don't have the money.
Yeah.
I don't play like that.
That's good though, because other people are like, I don't have the money, but I can see the potential money I could win, so I'm going to put what I don't have into it, and then I'll deal with problems later. Like, that's where you would run into an issue.
Brendan don't play like homie, and homie don't play like that.
But I venture to say, now that I have done a little bit of conducted my own research, I'll say, of different things outside of the realm of alcohol and gambling. And there's a lot of things out there that are illegal or not legal federally that is not as bad as alcohol and gambling are. I can say that for sure at this point. The degenerate gamblers and like extreme alcoholics are like, that is a fucking like disease. And you don't usually see that with some people that, just pop a couple shroomies here and there.
Yeah.
But
very true.
Yeah, New Jersey might legalize that though, so we'll see what happens.
That's interesting. I never thought that Jersey would be on the forefront of legalizing some of the stuff that they have.
They did wait.
Not that they're the first, but they're at the head.
They waited for some other states to roll it out a little so they didn't seem so fucking crazy. But I think the people that did start with that, the Oregons of the world, the Colorados, people were like, these people are fucking nuts. But now we're like, yeah, I hope New Jersey passes that, because at this point, like, I feel like mushrooms are the new Coke. Like, you can't trust any cocaine or any of that stuff anymore. You're going to end up touching it and going into a some type of like respiratory attack.
Well, that kind of sucks about that, if they're getting diluted in that way.
Yeah, these cartels ruining our cocaine. That's the effect that they're having on our economy. But
thanks a lot, Biden.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Biden.
Your cocaine in the White House probably shouldn't be saying
your son's got all the good cocaine to himself.
Yeah. You heard it here from Dan. Not me. We'll toilet flush myself because I have a job.
Yeah, Brendan has no biases towards any of those things, but I've only can say that from experience. Speaking of these gambling things, we'll play our voicemail from our correspondent on the Eagles side of things.
Correspondent.
But I did see an article. This is fantastic. Did you see that DraftKings had to apologize for a sports betting offer referencing 9/11 terror attacks? Did you happen to see this offer that they made to?
Oh my God.
The just vast sea of great people that daily use DraftKings on the daily. Did you see this offer?
No.
So they put out a parlay. You got to hit 3 for the parlay to match. This is what they put out there. They put out a never forget parlay where you had to bet on all 3 New York teams winning on 9/11.
Oh my God.
And they called it Never Forget. You needed the Mets, the Yankees, and the Jets to win.
That's like that diner menu we pulled up last year.
Yeah, which baffles me because it's still, and this is DraftKings, like, this went through multiple rounds of approval and people signed off on it.
They go, oh yeah, this is going to be huge.
Every single year. I stand behind it on DraftKings because I think the average DraftKings user probably would enjoy that. There was probably multiple people that betted on that parlay. They're all over that. It's the people that are getting mad about it are people that aren't on DraftKings. I'm not on there, but I'm
surprised it didn't land, much like the plans.
Yeah, see, there you go. Now that's something that the DraftKings user base can get behind.
We really thought this thing was going to take off.
Yeah. Took off but didn't quite land. What can you do?
Come on.
But they had to apologize for it. Their apology was just like, we apologize for the parlay. We respect the significance in our day, blah, 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 blah. But they put it out there on their own thing. And
did you pop onto Twitter on 9/11 yesterday by chance?
Probably seen around some stuff.
I'm not big on Twitter, but like I scroll through for news and stuff. Golly, dude, it is riddled with just conspiracy, like wild conspiracy.
Really?
theories.
Has it changed that much since Elon changed it and took over?
I guess it's about the same. And like I see it on both ends where it's like you see something happen in the news where let's say it's like a Trump indictment.
Yeah.
I see these wild takes in support of him, and the most wild takes on the opposite end, obviously.
Yeah.
But like you just see these two extremes all over Twitter all day. Whatever the topic is, like that's trending, you see the most wild shit where it's like I can't even give you a good
Well,
example right now, but
I will say that I did see an uptick this year compared to years past of conspiracies around 9/11 on 9/11. Like there was active conversations all over.
That was all my Twitter feed yesterday. It was like Donald Trump called in 2001 about the architecture of the 9/11 buildings, and he has all this experience, and like, interesting that he called this all these years ago. Then the other end would be like, he's a fucking idiot. He wasn't even there, and like that call was not even on that day, and blah blah blah. And you're like, man, like it is.
Yeah.
It was just all of that.
That's like I'll still
No
go.
good stories.
Oh.
No good stories about like the real heroes of that day. It's just all become completely flooded with conspiracy shit.
But even anything on that day, like I every once in a while I'll see a unique thing. Like today I actually saw one which I'll mention. But like as far as all the stuff, it's a lot of just like standard pandering, like people just sharing a generic photo of this just to say like, hey, I'm sharing this.
It's 95% pandering, which is why I hate Twitter.
Yeah, that and companies doing it. Any type of brand gets involved with any significant day anymore. That's all it is. I did see for the first time, I've never seen this. It randomly came up. It's funny on my YouTube thing. I have not looked or actively searched out 9/11 video content in years, but that's all I've been getting in my YouTube stream around this week was just like this person's video of it, this person's video, this, and the one that came out today that I actually watched. They finally got me. YouTube finally got me with the hook. It happening while Regis and Kelly were live on Regis and Kelly.
Really?
I've never seen this
Speaking
before.
of a South Jersey legend, that's funny.
Yeah, South Jersey Legend was on there with Regis Philbin, you know, and they're just breaking down what they're seeing. They're like, they literally walk onto the set and they sit down and they're like, some people, you've been in the studio now for, I can't do a Regis Philbin voice, but just sounds like he has like some nasal congestion. He's just like, oh, you've been sitting in the studio, you might not have seen this, but there's a building, there's a terror, not a terror attack. He said the World Trade Center, the plane flew into it. I don't know if it was by mistake, maybe it was on purpose.
They just continue to broadcast?
They continue to broadcast, but they were like doing a play-by-play of what they're seeing, and it's just showing the towers. And then a few minutes later,
the second plane?
They didn't show it live, but they came back to it. Like you hear someone snapping their fingers in the background, like their producer off to the side, and then you just see the video come up, and the whole audience starts gasping. But like all I could picture was that there was a guy on the side holding up a gasping sign to the studio audience, like gasp, and they're all like, like
they're like, hey, shut the fuck up, this is live.
And they don't know what to do. It's so funny because in 2001, there was no live streaming, there was no live TV, but like how often did Regis Philbin get the opportunity to broadcast or do a play-by-play?
That must have been so wild. Like they're in the studio.
Yeah.
They, you know, a lot of people did not know at first. They're like, I don't know if this plane accidentally flew into the building. Like no one knew what was happening. And then so they got the cameras on that, and then all of a sudden, if you're shooting live, and then all of a sudden you see that second plane fly into that building, what the fuck is going through your mind? Especially, they must have been so close.
They were probably pretty close to there. I don't know if the episode...
if they could see it from their building.
Yeah, I don't know if they could... how close they were to it if they ended up finishing the episode. They just showed the very beginning of it. I know they had Joan Rivers on that day. But, like, literally as they're going, they're like, okay, so we're going to get back to that, but we got Joan Rivers coming up. The audience is like, yes! Like, it's...
Oh, my God. Imagine being Joan Rivers. She's like, God damn it.
She's like, God damn it.
I gotta make these people laugh.
She's like, George Bush couldn't have planned this to be on any other day. Yeah, that's probably something, in hindsight, if they knew what was going on in full. But there were a lot of conspiracies I've been reading that have come out which kind of don't make a lot of sense. The Tower 7 one is a pretty convoluted one, but it's basically the building next to the Twin Towers that collapsed and didn't have any... Yeah, no one talks about it. It's like, how did that collapse? It was there. It had nothing to do with the attacks. The whole Donald Rumsfeld thing where they reported on the missing money the day before. But I think the biggest one I've seen repeatedly over the past few days is the passport of one of the hijackers that they found. How do you find the passport of somebody from the plane just in the debris with like perfectly intact, no wear issues on it? It's just there.
Yeah, that is absurd.
Yeah, there's a multitude of other ones, but that one just stood out to me. It's like, oh yeah, we were just digging through the debris, and here's his passport. It's like,
we got him.
Yeah,
we got him.
Yeah,
you guys, don't you worry about it.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah,
there's so many interesting, unanswered things about that day that we probably will never know, or if we do, it'll be 100 years from now, like the JFK assassination.
Well, did you see there was a development in the JFK assassination?
Ooh, hit me with it.
Juicy one. A Secret Service agent who was in charge of protecting Jackie Kennedy at the time has finally come out. He's probably in his mid to late 80s at this point.
I mean, I'm surprised he's not dead. I thought they were all dead.
That's why he was talking about, like, throughout the Oliver Stone documentary, which I believe is still on Showtime. It might be on Hulu.
Hello.
So I think in that documentary, there's a lot of people and other books that have been written by folks that they don't want to come forward and talk about it because they thought they were going to be killed by the government. Like, they've been terrified to speak out about it. I think that explains why a lot of stuff from that hasn't come out.
Well, imagine if they are a person that thinks that they are the one that killed the president.
Yeah.
They're like, well, they're not going to give a fuck about killing me if I whistleblow this thing.
Plus, they killed Lee Harvey Oswald. They killed Jack Ruby. They killed the president. They didn't give a fuck if it killed the governor that was in the car with him, Governor Connolly. I mean, it hit him, and I think he survived. But what happened was this Secret Service agent that was in charge of protecting Jackie Kennedy has come out and said that the magic bullet that the whole Warren Commission based their entire findings on, of this whole bullet that was perfectly intact, that made like 7 complete entrances and exits out of people and went through. Doesn't make sense at all. This Secret Service agent said that he found the bullet on the back of the limo and he put it on JFK's stretcher, and that's where he put it and where they were supposed to report that they found it.
Right.
That doesn't make sense because the bullet went through JFK and ended up in Connolly. So if it was on JFK's stretcher, that the whole story doesn't add up, and it blows out the entire Warren Commission. So that's the one development that, like, well, that's a guy that was there.
Yeah, but haven't they known that? Haven't they known that, like, the bullet being found on the stretcher was such an absurd thing? That
it was
clearly planted there. That, like,
and the amount of people it went in and out of the possession from. Oliver Stone breaks it down in that documentary.
I watched the documentary. It's really good.
So he's like, how many? It kind of looks like a library book getting checked out. It shows how many people were in possession of that bullet, and like the people that it goes to, it just doesn't make sense why they would have it intact. All this stuff. So I think the entire thing is eventually or hopefully can be debunked. They haven't even declassified all of this stuff. Like,
well, that's what we're waiting on. It's like they've had multiple opportunities. Trump was actually supposed to,
and he didn't.
He had the opportunity. He did not for some reason. The administration before him did not for some reason. But it seems like almost everybody widely accepts at this point that it's like, all right, the Warren Commission and all that stuff, clearly bullshit.
Yeah.
But like, nobody knows for sure exactly what happened and tell us.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone now, it seems like, believes that what was told obviously was not the truth, but we just don't know what the truth was.
Yeah.
But why will they declassify that?
Yeah. I think they just lay out the papers for them on a table whenever a new president comes in. They're like, hey, here's all that information. If you want to declassify it, go ahead, but just know what you'll have coming. They say without saying, if you want to, go right ahead. And then no one, picks that.
Right.
But, if we could just make a trade-off, like if we, the people, can give them something for them to declassify, let's make a proposition.
You know what I was just thinking about is that it kind of makes sense if you are the president and then you get the opportunity where it's like you can be the one to declassify this.
Yeah.
But let's say, again, this is all speculation. We're just, talking shit here.
Yeah.
But let's say that it was like the CIA that killed JFK.
Yeah.
And people are going to blame that obviously on the government and like, oh my God, look at this. There's going to be this uproar.
Yeah.
And while you're president,
yeah,
you don't want that to happen while you are the guy where it's like everyone's going to rebel against your government that you're now trying to run.
Yeah. It's like a teacher not in control of her classroom. It's just kids going wild, and it's like, now, calm down here.
Yeah,
just
you being a teacher and be like, hey, by the way, your principal is fucking killing people. Now, don't get upset. Don't get upset. I got this.
Yeah, got it under control. Just watch the movie. Just here, let me distract you. Do you want some gummy bears? We got this bowl of candy. Just watch that movie. Yeah.
Right. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, that definitely probably could be one of the things coming back.
I think we'll find out about aliens before they reveal that declassified information.
Because the alien stuff is still developing. Like, it's an active, ongoing thing, and eventually they'll make themselves known. When it comes to all this stuff in the past, government conspiracies to kill JFK, to kill Biggie and Tupac, all that stuff, it's like kind of embedded in there, and you got to drag it out of people and classified stuff, and how you can get somebody to sign off on that is going to be extremely difficult. Maybe one day somebody's going to go in there. That's like, it's a very famous Bill Burr bit, but I agree with it. He's like, you got to elect the guy that's crazy and wants to, just declassify nuclear codes. He's like, that's who you want to get in there because they're going to release all this fucking information.
That was
That was the plan with Trump, I feel like, and he didn't do it. So,
right.
Well, let's check in with our Eagles correspondent here.
Yeah.
Let's see what he's got to say. We meant to do this in our last episode. The Eagles are obviously now 1-0, but we did have a check-in from our dedicated Eagles correspondent, Anthony. Let's hear what he's got to say about just the upcoming sports, well, not only just the Eagles, but the Philly sports in general.
All right, guys. I got you guys again. Put me on your podcast 2 times in a row because you haven't heard my voice. And I know everybody on this podcast misses me. I'm going to do a motherfucking South Jersey bad boys.
Hey.
I know. I've been wanting to do it the whole time, on this podcast, and I did it. Thank you guys. A long time ago, you guys shouted me out. A year ago, actually. It was almost a year ago. You guys shouted me out.
Remembers the date?
I got to get my fucking education up. Get my,
Get your education.
my education on these Eagles, and we gotta get the season going. 2023's on. Gotta get our 53-man team. Yeah, man, we're going for that fucking Super Bowl. We're gonna win. And the Phillies, we're gonna get back in that World Series. And the 76ers, they better not choke again. Okay, they better get in that motherfucking playoffs and the finals. Okay, let's go, man. It's a Philly season. It's a Philadelphia season. We're gonna get it. We're gonna win. And I feel very strong about these teams. And hopefully, we look good. All three. Oh, I forgot the Flyers too. Can't forget them. But anyway, so let's watch these games, man. Let's see who we got ahead of us, and nobody beats the Eagles, man. Let's fucking go. I'm kind of upset about. I didn't do a voicemail about being
Still
upset
got
about
a couple seconds left.
losing, choking on that damn Chiefs fucking Super Bowl bullshit.
Choking on that damn cheese.
What I say? I said we're going to the Super Bowl. When I fucking said it, I meant it.
Yeah, he was right.
I think we're gonna go in the Super Bowl this year, and we're gonna win. And I don't know what people say. I'm saying it early too. So anybody wants to go back to this podcast right here, go back, rewind, and just know I predicted that shit. No one's better than us. We got the whole Georgia squad. Let's fucking go. Go Eagles.
Well, I love the spirit. He's a guy with high spirits.
Yeah.
He's also just predicting all the best possible scenarios. He's like, look,
Yeah.
we're going back to the Super Bowl. Philly's going back to the World Series. The Sixers are not going to choke. Yeah. And he's like, go back to this podcast and listen if you think
Yeah, and if
all 7 of our listeners,
they're
they'll
gonna
do it.
They're gonna do it. I mean, he was right for the most part last year.
Good spirit, man. He's a good spirited guy.
Now, what are the odds that he is that escaped convict over in Chester
I
County?
would say there's a 75-25 odds on that.
I think our caller Anthony here, who says he's in Virginia, might be an escaped convict who I did have to accept a few.
Either way, thanks
prisons.
for tuning in.
Yeah, I don't care if you've killed somebody. If you, I mean,
We don't know how you're getting Wi-Fi out there, but dude,
yeah, if he listens on the computer, if he gets some of that time in prison, and if there's any prisoners that want to listen, or if there's anybody in prison, feel free to send them this. We appreciate all of our listeners, no matter what they've done.
we have a 12% prison podcast listener base.
Yeah, when we look at the analytics, we'll show where it comes from.
We'd like to grow that.
Yeah, we would like to grow that. I think we could play some prisons pretty soon. It'd be nice. But yeah, I think that is definitely him. He's hiding out somewhere. How are people dealing with that in Chester County? It's probably one of the biggest events that have happened over there since they incorporated those villages.
Now, I got to apologize because I am very out of touch these days. I've been super busy. But so here, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Is this the guy that he spider walked up the wall?
Yeah.
And then he got out that way? He's been just on the loose ever since, and he's a murderer? Is that...
He's a convicted killer. I don't know anything about his case or what he did. All I know is that he spider walked out of the top of a prison that was a problem before.
Fucking hilarious.
And
So he did that and then what? Just hopped the fence?
Yeah, but there was barbed wire they put on top of it. Somebody tried doing that before and almost got out, and they put barbed wire up there thinking it would stop people.
How the fuck did he get out?
That barbed wire, people were like, oh, you just put we're not talking about barbed wire on like a fence outside of like a Wendy's or something. We're talking about prison barbed wire that's that huge, like aluminum looking, like massive spirals.
And so if you go up like that,
And you're facing that. Yeah.
You got to go back like this.
Yeah, he somehow got out of it. He looked like a rather flexible gentleman. He's probably been doing crunches.
And
in prison.
flexible dudes better than anybody.
Yeah, I'm rather flexible myself. I've had a few ribs removed for unrelated reasons. And I mean, it would take me, even a guy that in my stature, for me to spider walk out of a prison, it would take some work. I'd have to do at least 15, 20 crunches a day.
That's something straight out of fucking Dennis the Menace, dude.
Yeah, so he spider walked out of this thing. He's on the run. Apparently, he's now armed and he stole a van.
How the fuck did he get
They
armed?
said he has a .22 rifle, which like
how do they know that? Did they see him somewhere and then
Apparently.
they lost sight of him?
Yeah. Now I haven't followed this case like a lot of I'm sure moms out there that ran out a Netflix true crime series to watch have been following.
Wow.
it.
So how many days has he been missing?
I think it's been about 2 weeks now.
Whoa.
Which is so funny because he is probably the most wanted man in Pennsylvania, the Northeast, possibly the Eastern Seaboard, and multiple jurisdictions and police forces cannot locate this guy.
Yeah.
And they can't catch him. And that's why it always baffles me whenever anybody wants to put anything in the government's hands. It's like that's all of their tax dollars going towards catching one guy who's been on the loose in these humid 100-degree days in the brush of fucking Chester County,
Yeah,
and they can't catch him.
We have all the forces. We have all the cars. They're like, we're going to start sending out our horses. Like, guys, I think lack of horses is not the issue.
Yeah. Well, this is exactly Chester County. Like, imagine if this happened in Delco or even South Jersey. Over here, it wouldn't be any skin off our back. There's convicted killers walking around just freebie.
Yeah, no skin off my ass.
Yeah, no scrotum off my dick. This is just they're walking around just
No cheese off my bird.
yeah. No formaldehyde off of my corpse.
So 2 weeks, that's a very long. I mean, he's getting up there with the old the ranks of Ted Bundy.
Yeah,
He's
not as good looking as Ted was, but he must have somebody helping him. I thought I saw reports that his sister was helping him and that she was going to be arrested.
I was gonna say that's immediately what you do is you look at who is he going to contact, his immediate family or friends.
Yeah.
I wonder how he got this rifle. Maybe he got it. Maybe he stole it from somebody.
Yeah, he's probably walking around in like a Jason Kelsey jersey, just completely in disguise. No one thought about it. But
yeah, he's probably at the Birds game last week.
I honestly could probably hit that guy with my car, and I wouldn't know that he was the escaped
I have
killer.
no idea what he looks like.
He just looks like any other guy that I would know. And like, how many people now are going to hit? Like, if that was actually a situation, are you that guy?
Yeah.
Like, what would you do?
I would grab a selfie with him.
Yeah, like, hey, most people would. They'd be like,
track
check
his
this
location.
out. Yeah.
But he's a little man, right? He's
like 5 foot.
5 foot. Man,
Yeah.
you would think that you'd catch an elf by how funny they look when they run down the street. Hang on a second. That looks like an adult man.
Yeah. Now all these people are coming out of the woodwork and they're like, hey, your idea about using nets to catch little people is actually a good idea now.
Yeah.
Let's implement it. I had an entire sports league set up of catching little people with nets.
Neatly quick.
Yeah, it was actually getting some traction in some communities on Craigslist. It was you would get like 50 points for bagging one over 250 pounds. Rare in the little people community.
You gotta bag that turkey.
Yeah, you got to bag them. Yeah, some people started showing up with blow darts with tranquilizers in them. It kind of took it to another level.
Yeah,
one that I was behind, but Dana White stopped returning my calls.
Yeah,
So.
well, he's busy slapping his wife.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what I thought. You can have a slap boxing league. Isn't there a league now of slapping women on the ass? Isn't that one like women fighters are spanking each other?
I've been a part of that league. No,
I've been purposely bending over in front of ripped women in CrossFit gyms for years.
You just walk through Delaware County.
Yeah, that's all I need to go to.
What's up, bitch?
Go to the Barnaby's in Ridley Township. If you're listening out there, the manager there, Tracy. Yeah, I remember. So
Trace.
So that guy's on the loose. It wouldn't have been, any other day in living in South Jersey if a convicted killer's walking around. I do love all the people that are commenting. If you see any like memes on Facebook about it, they're like, you shouldn't be making fun of this. This guy killed somebody. That think of the victims' families, blah, blah, blah. It's like, do you go through that entire process when you're watching all of these true crime things and you're heavily invested in the killer, not the family? So like, let's just leave it there. So we can have a little fun of a guy on the loose. And do you also believe, because this has been a little question floated out around there I've seen recently with this happening. If somebody escapes from prison and the government spends 2 weeks trying to catch them, How long would you give them to evade police and capture before you just say, yeah, you know what? You can stay free. How long would you get? Like, if they make it a month, like, okay, you got us. You're free.
I think that if this guy makes it more than 2 months, they'll start to give up.
Just give it to him.
They're gonna pump the brakes. They're gonna slowly let off the gas. But they look really bad.
Yeah.
So they're trying really hard right now for that first month, maybe 2 months. But if it goes longer than that, they might go, hang on a second, guys. There's been some miscalculations, and we've got some false information, and he's in Mexico, and there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, there's nothing we could do. And then he turns up at a Chili's in Phoenixville a few years from now.
Yeah, he's running a business with Dan. He's Monad's top seller this month.
His name's Dante or Danilo or something. It's going to be D&D's Landscaping. And it's like, I got this guy. I did not check any of his papers, but he's good. He's a good guy.
God, can he wash some dishes?
Yeah, does it really efficiently. And
squeaker.
He lives in the woods.
Yeah.
So, but I think just there should be a law that just gives you a get out of free jail card if you escape prison and you evade police.
That's true. If you're out for more than a month, you should go, all right, guys, like, hey, you got us.
Yeah, he's like, all right, you got us. You're fully immune.
You get a free pass. At least you get a couple years off your sentence or something, where it's like, hey, good on you.
Yeah, because this is like ultimately just like calling out the government on.
Get over here, you little piece of shit. Tell me how you did it.
You have a press conference and they hold up like a fake check, like a lottery winning. And it's just like, you got us.
I haven't seen a spider walk like that since 82.
Yeah, they're all joking and stuff. And then that would be fantastic. I give it a month as well. If you can make it a month without getting captured.
They're going to start to let off the gas.
Yeah.
Because Bundy, I think, made it like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, he escaped prison twice. The second time...
And he actually turned himself in. They didn't even catch him.
Yeah.
Because he was running out of food.
Yeah. He was
running out of people.
Yeah, he was...
Actually, I don't think he ate people.
No, that was just Dahmer. But yeah, this guy... I couldn't live just in the wilderness like that. I'd be like, fuck.
Oh, forget it.
No.
I'd be like, bring me back to jail, dude.
I would get caught trying to sign up for a Marriott Bonvoy rewards card. Trying to get into a hotel for the night because I'd be like, fuck that. I heard a noise in the bushes.
Yeah. Fuck that, dude.
Yeah. Let's see how...
I do have to tinkle.
Oh, you do gotta tinkle. We're a little over an hour. We had news stuff, but you know what? Let's get we'll keep some of this news for next episode. Got a couple of hot guests coming up here.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we do have some coming up that'll be fun. These are some timely ones that we can bring up then, so we'll hold on to them. But in the meantime, is there anything that you got cooking you want to...
Let me see. I got my bachelor party this weekend.
Oh, shit.
Fucking losers. I'm going to be in Boston just tearing it up with my... family.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's going? Like, is it a
It's mostly my cousins and a couple of my home friends.
Nice. Okay.
My groomsmen and stuff.
Damn. All right, so everyone send Venmo Brendan some money for... I'll put his Venmo handle up here. Everyone Venmo him money for a fucking Sam Adams.
Yeah. So really don't have much. I have a ton of weddings this month. The one thing I will promote is our old pal, old buddy fucking Harris.
Oh, yeah, old Budward.
Old Budward Harris. He's taping a special September 30th. I'm opening it for him.
Really?
Yeah, open it up for old Budward Harris's special.
And that's up at the Newtown Theater? Is that what it's called?
I forget where it's at. I think it is the Newtown Theater.
I think it might be the Newtown Theater.
But he's doing it with our pal James D. Benedetto is producing it. And Jay Bird is shooting it. He's shooting the special.
Oh, old Jay Bird of the
from the
That
Rocks podcast.
Wow, look how everything comes full circle.
Full circle.
Shooting specials with Budward Harris. That's coming up. Was it September 30th?
September 30th. So he is one of our dearest old friends in comedy who's the man. And it's going to be fucking awesome. So you should definitely get tickets and go to that because it's going to be a night to remember.
It's going to be a night to remember. He's probably the hottest dad that I know.
Whoa.
Any drive. Well, I mean,
what the hell, man?
Hottest dad over 50, I should say, is Budward. But he rides a Harley too. I mean, he's like, you should see him out there with his assless chaps. I fucking love it.
I drive a Razor scooter.
Yeah.
I'll have you know.
Damn, now that's more my speed.
Right.
I will unfortunately be out of the area on the 30th. I'll be down in old Durham, North Carolina. If anyone who wants to proposition me under the Duke bleachers at the Duke Notre Dame football game. Holy shit. Duke is now a ranked football powerhouse. Did you see them beat Clemson on the opening night of college football?
No, I have not kept up with Duke's program.
Fuck, dude. Fuck basketball. We're going all football now. Danny Dimes went to Duke. They got a powerhouse of a coach.
Danny
and
Dimes.
Danny
That's what they used to call you when you were selling weed in high school.
Oh, yeah. It's also when I was charging for my services. We're just a dime. Yep. But, yeah, so that's happening, old Budward. Let's go with that for him. Go support old buddy. And, yeah, I think other than that, 856-617-4626. Let us know if you want bowling shirts, South Jersey Bad Boys at gmail.com. We'll see you next week.